Hi everyone. Today let us talk about basic sentimental analysis using a library called Textblob in Python. All right. So Textblob is a very simple yet very versatile NLTK tool. Usually a textblob majorly is used for your sentiment analysis, but Textblob has it can do many other functions also. It is a versatile tool for variety of NLP tasks, natural language processing tasks. So the primary functions of text blob include tokenization, where your text blob can help you split your text into sentences and your text sentences or text into individual words also. So it can also help you or offer you with parts of speech tagging, POS tagging as we call it commonly. It identifies and classifies each word into grammatical categories, noun, verb, adjective, etc. Each word in the text can be classified into one of these categories. It also extracts you noun phrases from your data. From your tokens, it identifies your noun phrases, groups of nouns, and associated modifiers like pronouns. So, majorly, it is also used to do your sentiment analysis, analyzes the whole text and concludes on the sentiment of the text, returning the polarity score from -1 to +1, as well as the subjectivity score. It also helps you do your spelling corrections or spell check suggestions. It provides suggestions for the word spellings. And it also can translate text between languages and detect the language of a given text. But this particular functionality will require internet access and uses the Google Translate API. Word inflection and lemmatization are a word inflection is converting your words between singular and plural form, changing the tense of the verb, and finding the base forms of the verb. All of this your text blob can help you do. It creates n-grams, which are contiguous sequences of words used for analyzing word patterns. It also helps you in word and sentence parsing. So it also does your word frequency counting. It also lets you build simple text classifiers, which can be trained to recognize text categories, the positive category of text or negative category of text, like that. In summary, if I have to tell, TextBlob is essential for those who need a very straightforward, efficient tool for common text processing tasks without having extensive NLP expertise. You don't have to do everything from scratch. Most of the functions are available by default in the TextBlob library. But among all other functionalities of that a text blob will offer, sentiment analysis is one area where we rely on it extremely, where it is extremely reliable. Lightweight text analysis is something that it provides. It is also extremely extensively used in language detection, text classification, in small to medium scale projects. So this is all about text blob, but we will see today a demonstration of text blob in Python to understand a sentiment of a text. I will share with you the Jupyter notebook to help us handle and analyze this text blob. So the first step before you use any library is install it if it is not installed, and import the text blob function from the text blob library. As you see in the Jupyter notebook, I import text blob, and this is my sample text. It might rain today. I am using a text blob of text, and this is my analysis. So I can give it any name. I'm storing the analysis in a variable called analyze. So this analyze has several offers of tokenization. It can use to be tokenized. It can used for understanding the polarity of sentiment. It can also be used to understand the subjectivity. So let me demonstrate the sentiment analysis using text blob. So analyze is the variable name I give for the text blob analysis of my text. Let the code run. It might take some time for it to analyze. And once it is done, it will get you the polarity of sentence. As you notice that once I have run my text blob, once I have analyzed my sentence, now I can print the polarity of sentence by using analyze dot sentiment dot polarity. So sentiment has two arguments, two functions that you can conclude from the sentiment. One is the polarity of text, one is subjectivity of the text, right? So the polarity of the text is, in this case, I'm using a if else condition to print the polarity of a sentence, because polarity score is just the number and I will need to have an understanding of what my polarity indicates. So I'm writing an if else condition to present you the polarity of the sentiment. Since the polarity is equals to 0, I am printing it as this is a neutral sentence, right? So if I see the subjectivity of it, it is also 0. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the sentence is extremely subjective. It might rain today. So we are analyzing that it is my opinion that it might rain today, and it is not based on any fact. Now I have based on that, I have small function where I have asked for input from the user to enter a sentence, and I'm using Textblob to analyze this text, right? When I do that, I am printing the polarity of sentiment and subjectivity of the sentence. Polarity of the sentiment of the text and subjectivity of the sentence, using both polarity and subjectivity arguments of the function sentiment. Now, I am using a very basic sentence which doesn't even make sense, a random sentence. What it tells is the polarity of this sentence is 0, while the subjectivity of it is also 0. Do we see that? In this way, we can analyze the polarity and subjectivity of the sentence using Textblob. I hope this gives you insights of how your Textblob works. So apart from sentiment analysis, Textblob can be used for a multiple other tasks also. But for sentiment analysis, it is proved to be a very simple and lightweight tool to analyze the sentiment of a sentence or text or even paragraphs, groups of text very easily. Thank you all. Let us meet up in another video.